Thank you, Darren, for agreeing to deliver the presentation today. A few people will be picking up the flag for the first time with cup finals, semi-finals, so it's good to get some input from a very experienced assistant referee. And I shall hand it over to you.
Thank you. Well, evening everyone. Hope you're all well. Okay, so we're getting to that time of season when cup semis and finals are being appointed, and possibly for some people, it's going to be the first time you're ever picking up a flag and running the line. So basically, the aim for tonight is just to give a few little pointers and tips that I've picked up of other people and little things I've come up with myself that have sort of helped me through. And fingers crossed, if I can pass on a little bit that's helped me to some other guys, that's basically what my aim is for tonight. Okay then, so let's get cracking. So these are my topics basically that I'm going to be coming up for tonight. Sorry, Law 6, match officials, and it's just saying what the roles and responsibility of being an assistant referee is. In my opinion, there's certain things missing from Law 6. So we'll go through a couple of them. Other people are more than welcome to come in if they think there's other things that are missing. And then we'll go on to little things on a match day and cooperating with a referee. So it's just little things that it's my own little personal list of what I try and do, and it sets you up to perform at your best on the day. Next one then is movement throughout the match. So it's just little pointers, holding a flag. This is where ideally practical would have been better, but we'll try our best to describe it. And I got just a small little clip then of one of my own games with a little bit of movement up the line. So please be gentle on the abuse. What we got next? Decision making. Okay, so it's just getting your mind thinking about making those all important decisions, what to consider when you're giving one. Maybe, can I get involved? Is it too far away for me to get involved? So there's little things like that. Then the biggest one, probably the biggest decision you're ever going to give in a game, has a goal being scored. So there's a couple of do's and don'ts. Offside, well, probably one of the most trickiest things in the book. So we'll try. I've got a few little clips in off UEFA for offside, so we can play them, have a discussion, everyone give their opinion, and then we can look at the official wording from UEFA on it. Fouls and misconduct. I'm not teaching anybody, well, I'm not here to teach anybody what a foul is, but it's just some advice on, again, going back through, can I get involved? Is it too far away? And again, we got a few more little clips to go through from UEFA. And then, providing no one's fallen asleep at the end, we'll have some Q&A. Roles and responsibilities of the assistant referee. Law 6 of football, the other match officials, and it's got a section in assistant referees. And all it says is assistant referees to indicate when the whole of the ball leaves the field of play and which team is entitled to a corner kick, goal kick, or throw in. The second point is to penalise or to indicate when a player is in offside position may be penalised, to indicate when a substitution is requested. And last but not least, a penalty kicks, the goalkeeper moves off the goal line, and yes, basically. But that's all the law 6 says an assistant referee job is. On paper, that looks easy. Anyone got any sort of input? What could be missing from there?
Check the net.
Any other ideas?
Free kicks and subs.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Managing a technical area.
Important one.
Being aware as well of players who are persistently infringing as well, just to assist the referee, just in case he hasn't clocked them all.
Yeah, so things that come under fouls and misconduct, really, I would say that would be. So the job is a lot more than what just the law describes. So these are just a few little things that I've thought of, which as assistant referees, we do practically in every single game. So first one, and probably the one you're guaranteed, fouls and misconduct. Signalling foul play, assisting with sanctions. Can you give your input to the referee? Say, I think it's a yellow card. I think it's a red card. Obviously, when you've got comms, not everyone's going to have the joy of using comms, but there's little discrete signals we can give. So it's just things like that. Then bring into the attention of the referee incidents of misconduct. So has there been violent conduct off the ball? Offering a bus, shortened for offensive, insulting and abusive language, things like that. Again, not covered in law. And assisting referee on position of foul. So that comes to your big calls when it comes to a penalty. Referee's caught out of play. They've seen it's a foul. What can you do to say it's inside the box or outside the box? But I will come to that slightly later on. Then going on to what Amin said, managing the technical areas, keeping coaches in check. Certain leagues have rules to how many people can be standing. Normally with us on Cymru South, and I'm not sure Ardol as well, it's just one coach standing. Everyone else has to be seated. And it's just little things there. What can you do to help the game? So where possible, explain a decision to a coach if they don't know what's happened. But be careful not to get into that back and forth discussion. And most importantly, and I will hold my hands up, I did this pretty early on in my career, do not undermine your referee. Fairly new to the game, referee give a decision, coach said it, and I said, yeah, I totally agree with you. Referee got that totally wrong. It was never a yellow. It wasn't even a free kick, let alone a yellow card. Mr. Gifford was stood behind me. He heard every word. So I got in a bit of trouble for that. Be careful not to go undermining any referees. Then substitutes warming up. Do you want them behind you? Do you want them at the other end of the pitch? And importantly, make sure they got a bib on so they're not interfering with the assistant the other side of the pitch. And going back, subs all confirming to the laws with their kit. Has a goal been scored? Without VAR, goal line technology, it's your responsibility. So has the ball crossed the line? It's one of those. It's hit the crossbar, come down, go from out scramble. It's just pinged in. Someone's cleared off the line. Goalkeeper making a save, drops it. When it comes to mind is the Roy Carroll, Man United Spurs, when he dropped it over the line. Impossible for the assistant on that one, but that's just a little example of something that you could be doing. So match day cooperation. These are just my own personal points I try and keep to help perform optimum on the day. Arrive or meet at the scheduled time. If anything happens, just send a little text message, pick the call up. To me, it helps build trust from the beginning. If your referee can trust you with something as simple as that, they're likely then to trust you on the game. Appear calm and confident. You've only got one chance to make that first impression, and it shows that you're there to do a job and you're just not there for an easy 30 quid or whatever it is. Let the referee lead the team. So I've got changing room situations. So say, I don't know, a coach or a club secretary comes knocking the door of the changing room. Leave it to the referee to invite him in. Referee is the leader of your team. If some referees don't like people coming in their changing room before the game, they've got their own little rituals and funny little things. Leave that to your referee. And then entering, leaving the field of play. Either the referee slightly in front of you or in a nice row, referee always in the middle. Listen to your referee. Pre-match instructions and expectations. I probably, on average, I work with probably the same 5 or 6 referees, but they've all got their own separate pre-match instructions. So have a little listen to what they're looking for. It's more areas, control paths, where they'd like you to get involved with the game. What, like, some referees don't like you getting involved with certain decisions. Those sort of referees have slowly faded away from the game now, thankfully. There was certain to say, I don't want your input for penalties whatsoever. Whereas now it's become a lot more team orientated and your input is valued. Try to tune in to how the referee is letting the game flow. So I've got contact. If a referee is being allowing a bit of physicality, as soon as you see something, think, oh, hang on, yeah, he let that go. No need for me to get involved. Because the last thing you want to happen, your referee's letting a bit of contact go. First bit in front of you, it's minimal, and you're there, flag, flag, flag. It's just ruining your credibility for the game. And it just makes it look untidy. Remain calm throughout, even if the match is spicing up. So don't panic. Stay focused. Even if the players are losing their heads, this is where we all need to remain calm and composed. And remember, we're there to do a job. If the players want to lose control, let them. But just remain calm yourself. Gestures and signaling. So that's just making sure your flag signals are as per expected. So your throw-ins are clear in direction, not just stuck straight up in the air. If you're given a free kick, you're actually flagging in the right direction. No swapping over your head. Anything like that just looks generally untidy. Eye contact with the referee. I think this is possibly an important one when you're not using comms. There's a ball's gone out, probably, 30 yards away from you, and you're unsure which way it is. Just have a little look at your referee. Let them lead. Let them go with their arm. Follow with your flag. Because the last thing you want, you think, I'm going to go that way. And then the referee bangs out his right arm in the opposite signal. And remember, your role is to assist, not insist. Don't go looking for decisions that aren't there. You're not there to be a hero. And as I say, the best referees are the ones who aren't seen. So just remember, you're there to assist the referee, not to insist. Moving on then, movement throughout the game. Normally, a pre-match routine seems to be now you'll go out onto the pitch together, you all go to the centre circle, meet the captains, witness the toss, and then, as Shell said, check our nets, and then you'll go and take up your position. 99% of the time, it's going to be on the right wing or left back. Left back is more of an English term rather than what we use in Wales. So then you take up your position. Important thing is always in line with the second rearmost defender. For the basic laws of the game, defender, goalkeeper are referenced as the same. So it is just the second last defending player. So you could have goalkeeper, defender, could have defender, goalkeeper. It is always that second one. Not that I'm trying to teach you the laws of the game. You're all qualified referees. Just a little bit of flag handling. So you want to try and keep your flag in your hand closest to the referee when sidestepping. So if you're going up and down the line, it's going to be in your left hand because the chances are the referee's going to be closest to the goal line than you. It doesn't happen often. And then when you're sprinting or jogging, obviously if you're running towards the halfway line, it's in your right hand. If you're running down towards the goal line, it's in your left hand. Be prepared to make thousands of small movements because it's not always the same defender you're in line with. Sometimes there's crossovers, so you could be following this one up. Next thing, matey behind drops off, so you're making more steps. So just be aware and be prepared to make those little movements because if you just keep following, next thing you know, you're 3 or 4 yards out of line. Stay on your toes for the long ball or the mistake at the back. Prime example, Wales-Finland last week. Dan James with the 4th goal. Defender messed up. He runs through 1-on-1 with the keeper. You don't want to be on your heels, not being, because say the keeper takes him out and there's a big shout for a penalty. You need to be there to help your referee. And then always, this is an observer, they love it. Follow the ball back to the goalkeeper. Even if you think nothing's going to happen, still follow it back. You need to be there for the poor touch. Goes to clear it, slices it, it's rolling back across the line. You need to make sure you're there to give that goal, no goal decision. Or it could be just something as simple as the ball gone off for a corner. So always follow it back to the goalkeeper. And good movement will always aid your credibility when making decisions. So I just got a little clip here. It's actually me game from covering myself last year. Just 30 seconds long. So changing direction a couple of times. Flags in my left hand, closest to the referee. Not much really going on there. Ball's breaking into defenders going back towards their box. Oh, quick bit of clearance. And I think it finishes off there. We've just given of a goal kick, I think. Yeah, it's come back down to the corner flag. Ball's gone over the bar or wide. And then just a simple little goal kick. And they're the sort of movements you're going to be doing throughout the game. So it's not just a nice little walk. It's that constant change direction, turn, jog, sidestep, everything. So just try and keep on your toes. Decision making. Got a couple of stats from the PGMO. On average, a referee makes 245 decisions per game, which on average works out at one decision every 22 seconds. And assistant referees make on average 50 decisions per game, with as many as 40 being offside alone. So that's potentially 40 goal scoring opportunities. That's a lot. But it's not just the offsides, it's throw-ins, corner kick, goal kick, offsides, free kicks, penalties. I've put an asterisk next to penalties because going back to what I said with pre-match instructions, some referees don't want you to get involved. Even if you know they've got 100% wrong, they'll say, tell me a half-time, tell me a full-time. Other referees will say, if I've dropped an absolute clanger, please let me know before I restart play so we can correct it. We'll have a restart of a drop ball, or if it should be a defensive free kick rather than a penalty, we get to the right outcome. It sounds easy, but there could be the possibility where you could have to make 3 of those decisions in a space of 2 seconds. Some people think lining's easy. 3 decisions in 2 seconds. Throw, yes or no. Has there been a foul, yes or no? Is there an offside, yes or no? So if we go to the picture in the bottom corner, yes, I know the ball is out of play in the picture. But there, you've got 2 possible scenarios. Has the ball gone out of play for throwing? Yes or no? The white player sliding in. Has he fouled him? Yes or no? But say he hasn't fouled him and the red player plays the ball through, you've got an offside to look at. So within 2 seconds, you're making 3 decisions. So it's bang, bang, bang. So you've got to make sure you're switched on all the time, ready for those decisions. What can you do to make the correct decision? Ball watching. You're not there to watch the game. You're not a spectator. You're there to do a job at the end of the day. Vary your vision points. So don't always watch the ball. Have a little look back at your back line. See if someone's dropping off or they're pushing up high. Keep that position. And again, touchline, defender, touchline, defender. So you always know where everything's happening. Distractions. Don't worry about what Joe Bloggs is saying behind you. Don't have that playing on your mind. Or someone asks you a question, how long's left, Lino? You need to prioritize what is important. So your priority there is what's happening on the field of play, not letting matey know how long's left. You can wait till a stoppage in play to let them know. Poor positioning. If you're not in line, you can't give that decision. If you're nowhere near, don't get involved with those free kicks. And then obviously keeping in line with that second rearmost defender, that's going to solve your offside. And don't switch off. If there could be times where not much is happening during the game, you've been stood on the halfway line for 10 minutes, it's freezing cold, lashing down with rain, and you're thinking, oh, wonder what I got for tea tonight. And you're just watching the birds go over. Next thing you know, long ball, you're not there. So you need to remain alert and aware of players' actions and always expect the unexpected, especially when your referee plays advantage. Because you could be there, perfect position, you've got all the green points perfect, you're there, you're flagging, you're standing up tall and straight, bang, bang, bang. Next thing you know, referee's gone, play on advantage, the ball's broke 10 yards, you're 10 yards behind play. So always be prepared. So if you are giving that free kick, it's more for the attacking ones, flag it, but keep on the move as you're doing it. Keep on those toes, going down the line. So if the referee says advantage, flags down, you're back in line to make that next offside. Most important decision you're ever going to make in a game. Has a goal been scored? I'm sure everyone remembers this clip.
Milner, Defoe, that's a lovely touch. Lampard!
Everyone knows that crossed the line. Replay showed it. So this is going to be your biggest decision you make from the line. So don't guess. You've got to be 100% certain, because some games a score is 1-0. Do you want to guess a decision, give a goal, and cost the team a cup final because you've guessed? No. Don't guess it. You're just going to create issues for yourself. So you need to be in a credible position to give it. So ideally, you want to be right behind that corner flag on the goal line. So you're looking bang across that line. So if anyone looks across, they'll go, oh. If they see you in the right position, they're going to be thinking, oh, he, she, they must be right. They're in the right position. So it takes away just that little bit of dissent. Don't rush it. Just don't go flag up, bang, gone. Because if the referee doesn't see you put your flag up, it's just going to confuse everyone. So take your time. So nice, clear signal, flag straight up in the air, hold it. So you're waiting then for your referee to acknowledge it. So he's going to acknowledge it by a blow of the whistle. And the way I do it then is once he's whistled, I go 3, 2, 1, drop my flag, and then I'm going up towards the halfway line. So turn and a nice little half sprint to about the midpoint of the half. But the opposite, what you do if it's a close call, it's hit the bar, it's come down, it's on the line, it's no goal. Again, be in a credible position. Be there so there's no questioning whether you've seen it or not. Continue normal following of play. You don't want to be staying there going, no. Next thing, ball's broken 10 yards that way. And again, you're out of position. You've missed an offside, which has then just led to a goal being scored. There's no flag signal needed because nothing has happened. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Be a discreet hand signal, just like a little cut in the grass with your other hand. Or use the best tool you've got, your voice. Shout no, play on. One thing I would advise not saying, don't say no goal. If people miss the no, they're going to hear the word goal and think you've awarded a goal. So I wouldn't say no goal, just in case people do miss that no. There we go. This is from Cymru South earlier this season. It's Abertillery in blue, Pontardawe in white. So we're not here to discuss whether it was over the line or not because the camera angle isn't perfect. So it's just a little clip. We can see what the assistant over the far side does for a goal. So shot goes in, has it across the line, flag up, whistle, down, and goes. But could he have done anything better? To me, yes. The signal is good. He waits for the referee, but so there it is. You see the assistant, corner flags there, flags up. He's about 3 or 4 yards away from it. Is it a credible position? Possibly not. You're inviting dissent. You're inviting people. I've seen I've actually taken this video off Twitter. The comments underneath, how can he see from there? He's guessing, wrong position. Don't put yourself in that position. get behind the flag. For the sake of being 3 yards, you can easily just go bang, bang, bang. By the time everyone's turned to see if you're giving it, you're right on the flag. So just something to bear in mind there. The joys of offside. Okay, so this one causes massive debate. You see it all the time when Howard Webb comes on with Michael Owen and they talk about things. Has a player got involved? Are they active? Are they interfering with an opponent? There's so many grey areas, and I just don't think offside is easy for anyone on the line at all. So, okay, you see a player's in an offside position. Great. But remember, it's not an offence in itself to be stood in an offside position. It only becomes an offence. Are you interfering with play? So, playing or touching the ball. That's quite simple. But then, are you interfering with an opponent? So you haven't necessarily played the ball, but are you interfering with an opponent? So this could be the line of vision, maybe from a goalkeeper, stood in front of the goalkeeper, blocking his view. Challenging an opponent for a ball. Ball's up in the air, defender comes running forward to clear it, you go running with him from an offside position. You're interfering with him. You're forcing him to a clearance. Whereas if he's uncontrolled loads of time, there's a chance he can bring it down his chest, play off a pass to another defender or midfielder. A clear attempt to play the ball or impact play. So you're in an offside position, you go sliding in, miss it, and then we've got an obvious action with impact. So that could be going to play it, forcing a defender to stop, goalkeeper to stop, but you don't play the ball, again, interfering with the opponent. Gaining an advantage. So if a goalkeeper makes a save, ball comes into the 6-yard box, when the initial shot was in, you were stood in an offside position, you tap her into an empty net. You've gained an advantage by being in that initial offside position. It doesn't have to be a save. It could be off the post, crossbar, anything like that. So interfering with play after a rebound, deflection, save. And last but not least, a deliberate play, again, rebound or deflection. The law has changed over the last couple of years on what is regarded as a deliberate play. Whereas before now, you could swing a leg, slice it, that automatically puts someone onside. But now this year, it has to be actually controlled. So you need to bear in mind, how far has the ball travelled? Have you had time to, has the defender had time to take a touch properly and control the ball? Or is he on the stretch and it's come off his studs? So if it has, it's still offside. But it's that one, basically, he's got the ball at his feet. He turns the player back to his goalkeeper. Striker's there. You've played him onside. These are clips that UEFA have released. Anyone can download this. I suppose it's like an app. It's called the Referee and Assistance Program. I know the way I found it is by going on Dutch referee's website, Jan's website, and he's got all of it down there and you can download it. So I've got a couple of clips we can watch. Bang, flag up, play occurs along the assistance control path. What is the assistance control path? This is where your referee in their pre-match instructions is going to tell you what sort of area they want you to get involved with. A lot of the referees that I work with, Michelle works with, they like a nice bubble around. So probably about, if you draw a line from the corner of the 18, that's how far in they want you to go. And then probably about 10 to 15 yards either side of you. So anything you see there, feel free to get involved. So there's times it's blatantly obvious. Flag, always flag it in the direction of the offended player. So if it's a defensive free kick, it's going to be left hand, little wave, bang it out. If it's attacking one, right hand, agitate it, stick it out. Again, goes back to being a credible position. As I said, that line from the 18 to 18, you don't want to be giving free kicks if they're in the center of the field, because 9 times out of 10, the referee is closer. So when the referee is closer to the incident, take a back seat. There's no need to get involved. As I said, assist, not insist. So when the referee is closer, let them make the decision. So if you're using the comms, as I said, I know we keep going back to comms every now and again. So if you are using them, feel free to offer your opinion. Say, oh, there's a defensive free kick, attacking free kick. No one on that pitch or in the crowd will know that you're giving an input. I had one last Friday. I was doing Ammanford against Llanelli, 2 of the top 3 teams in Cymru South. In my opinion, ball coming into the penalty area, a striker has pulled the defender. So I've gone on the comms, defensive free kick, defensive free kick. In the referee's opinion, he said, no, play on. Because I haven't flagged, we haven't brought any attention to ourselves. And again, I'm passing on to the referee. I'm just giving my opinion. From where I was, from my angle, it looked like a shirt pull. From the referee's angle, he was happy to allow the goal. And there was a little bit of dissent, but not too much. So, yeah, it might have been, it might not have been, but it's just one of those things. Assists with the referee with the close. This is what I said earlier with the penalties. How can you help? So assisting your referee with a close call. Yes, everyone in the ground knows it's a foul. Is it inside the box? Is it outside the box? You're probably the best person in the ground to tell. But this one, it doesn't matter whether it's your side, the middle of the pitch, or the far side, because that line doesn't move. It's a straight line, the edge of that penalty area. It is a penalty. No need to flag, because the referee's gone, bang, whistle. He's turned and looked to you. Exaggerate your movement. So plenty of quick sidestepping down towards the corner flag. That'll show your referee that it's inside. Vice versa. The foul is outside the box. So sidestep left, go back out as if you're making away from play, going back up the field. Again, your referee will look at you and go, okay, thank you very much. It's outside the box. Helps reduce any form of dissent. And the best advice I've ever been given, never rush giving a decision. A late correct flag will always be better than an early wrong flag. And what on earth this assistant referee is doing in this clip, I have no idea. He's had a total memory. He goes and gives every single decision you can think of. And I was actually during a football league game. So yellow card, free kick, red card. We know it's a free kick. But if we go back to it and watch it from the beginning to give his input. Mm-hmm. So there we go. There's the reasoning from UEFA. Referee is remote from the incident, is informed by the assistant referee of the foul play, waving the flag.
Thank you once again for agreeing to the
No problem. You're very welcome.
You know, it can be really helpful. I know one or two people had problems logging in, so I'll package the presentation and get it off to them so they can get ready for their cup finals and so on.
And if anyone does have any other questions, or even if they think about it tomorrow, pop her in the chat or something. As soon as I get 2 minutes, if anything I can help with, or if anyone wants me to email them the presentation, anything like that, it can be done. Just let me know.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Darren.
No problem.